Perfect. Powder is the winner, and he advances to top 4, eliminates Ties. Hello everybody and welcome back to PGL Tavern Tales Spring Season. My name is Marcin Nimsh-Filipovic and I'm here with Alexander Raven Bagiuli and Jakub Lothar Szygulski to bring you this amazing final.
Why did you use NA accent when you said my Polish?
Why should I change back to Polish when I'm pronouncing your name?
Well, you're Polish and it's my
Jakub
surname.
Szygulski.
Calm down, guys.
Thank you.
I'm the Brit in the middle here. Like, just calm down. It was for my benefit.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
There we go.
I get it.
All right. So can you remember what are the names and last names of our players?
No way. No way.
Just check.
no.
Just check.
No.
But you know their nicknames.
Yeah, we have MooDy and xTracKyStyLe.
That's right. That's right. Raven, are you excited?
I am actually, yeah. I'm really excited because they both have very different play styles and very different decks as well. So it's going to be interesting to see where, not so many mirrors and just see who really wins out in the term of more like raw aggro as opposed to, a deck like Zoo is a bit more, board control centric.
And you know who is the most excited? I think the most excited are my fellow Romanians who are watching this at the very moment because there is a Romanian man in the final and one of them is going to be the champion. Either MooDy or xTracKyStyLe. And that's actually
That
amazing.
will be second Romanian champion in Bucharest, actually.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hannibal Z2.
Wait, that's actually third. Because RDU won too, right? No.
No,
no.
RDU never wins.
No.
I'm so sorry.
Lothar always trying to
yeah,
plug the old team there.
He won in Sweden. Never mind.
Yeah, he won in Sweden. But Hannibal Z2 won DreamHack Cluj-Napoca in Cluj-Napoca on Romanian soil. And now we have MooDy or xTracKyStyLe to win it. Matchup-wise, it seems like MooDy is at a disadvantage because xTracKyStyLe is running a very aggressive lineup overall. But we'll see if MooDy is able to bring his control. Can I call them control powers, even though he's actually playing Zoo?
Well, he's known for his board trading, so I would say he might control the game, but it's very important to know when to switch the strategy and just be the aggressor instead, because if you can't outrace the aggro deck, then you will lose the game at some point.
Yeah. And what's at stake, guys? Like, what are the prizes, Raven?
Yeah, so the first place is going to get 15 HCT points, I believe, and then second place is on 10.
Yeah.
And the first place is, I'm going to lose the money now,
8.
8 versus 4.
4. Yeah.
Yeah, I did it.
Wow.
Thanks, Lothar.
Thanks, practice.
So it means they actually are already guaranteed $4,000 at least, and 10 HCT points will mean that they are qualified for the spring prelims. But I think players are actually ready and just waiting for us. So let's allow them to enter. They are waiting here in the hall of the amazing PGL studios.
Look at that
MooDy
stare
and
from
xTracKyStyLe. Yeah, MooDy has this killer stare, actually. I haven't been casting any of his matches today, but every time he was thinking, well, even now.
Look at that, whoa.
Yeah.
Is this Mario Kart? Because he looks like
Luigi.
Luigi, right? He just misses the mustache.
Oh my God.
Well, they are entering, guys.
Where's the music? Because I'm like,
Where's the pumped music we were promised?
where's the dramatic?
Lothar,
this is
you're
even
the
more
musician.
tense.
You can sing. Come on.
I can
beatbox.
hum. It's like,
Beatbox.
yeah.
Um,
Horrible.
Yeah, so this is actually pretty tense as well, just because like you walk in with your opponent, and then the instant cut off from MooDy there, it's like, yeah, I'll go first.
It's a bit like boxing, right?
They
like-
should have a stir contest, and like they should be all
Whoever
both
looks away
weighted
first. Yeah.
before the game. Like this dude is in this weight category, this dude is in this weight category, and it's like, well, someone uses steroids.
There should be drug tests.
Yeah.
For Hearthstone.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, talking about categories, I think both of them are really relying on heavy top decks overall.
Yeah.
You're
And
getting better and better.
And exchanging some blows as well, But they are not exactly friends, but would you call them enemies at the moment, Lothar?
Yeah. I'm
I
going
think-
for yeah.
Yeah, I think in the finals, no matter how good of a friend your opponent might be, it could be your best friend. But when like, these guys take this very seriously, so when the game's on, it doesn't matter who you're against. You're there to win.
Yep, I agree. I mean, it's about the title, right? It's not
Yeah.
about the money right now. I mean, at least from my perspective, that will be the case. It's not about the cash. It's not about the points. It's about having the the champions title, because that's what it's all about.
Yeah, and I think depending on obviously how whoever or these guys choose to spend it, the money can actually help go to more events as well, which is then, you know, like you could coming up DreamHack Summer, so on, so on. So being able to actually travel to these events and have like a cash fund for that, because it's not cheap, depending on where they are.
That's one of the things I always tell the guys who are winning anything in tournaments. They're top 4, top 2, they're winning a tournament, and I ask them what's the next step they want to do. Do they want to go, you know, try to be a professional gamer at some point? Is that something they want to achieve? And if they say, yes, I would like to do that, then the next step is, I just always say to them, invest that money in traveling to other tournaments. Because if you only win one and you're not and you will not show consistency in other events, then it doesn't really matter that you win one event. It's not important.
Are you not telling them to buy packs?
Yes, buy packs, support Blizzard for making this awesome game. Don't use the Temple Storm code.
Well,
It doesn't give you any kind of discount.
Well, not at the not at the moment, at least. Guys, we are actually ready with the players on the stage, and Diana is with them to ask them some questions.
Hello, good evening, bună seara. Here we are with the two finalists, xTracKyStyLe and MooDy, Marius and Stefan. Before we start the interview, I just want to kick things off with the story of how xTracKyStyLe, one of the big surprises in this tournament, came to be here. You told me a couple of days ago that actually it was a friend that sent you the registration link for the qualifier.
Yes. Nu mai am pierdut tot.
So, okay, why did you want to compete in this tournament? In your own words.
Da, am jucat în calificări și în ultimul meci am fost eliminat, dar oponentul meu nu a putut să vină și am ajuns aici și am ajuns în finală și voi juca împotriva lui MooDy și sper să fie un meci frumos și cel mai bun să câștige.
Okay, so he's very nervous. It was a bit of luck that he came to be here because one of the initial qualified players could not be here, so he was a replacement. But look how far he has come. So please, audience, can we give xTracKyStyLe a hand? That was great. That was great. So, MooDy, you've been to a couple of PGL events already. You've been to DreamHack Bucharest. You've been to DreamHack Cluj-Napoca. And this is the first time that you made it to a final. And you're on the way to BlizzCon because the winner of this match will get $8,000 and also 15 Hearthstone Championship points. Is BlizzCon something that you really want to achieve?
Yes, for sure. It's one of my goals. So I'm really glad about it.
Let's hope that the winner of this match gets to fulfill that dream. And let's talk about this tournament a little bit. Today, you've had a great run. You know, you've had 3-0 results in the first half of the day. And I want you to tell me, who do you think was your toughest opponent?
Da, oponenții mi s-au părut foarte dificili. Ultimul meci a fost cel mai greu pentru mine, deoarece am pierdut cu 3-1, în celelalte am câștigat cu 3-1, în celelalte am câștigat cu 3-0. La 1-0 pentru adversar am crezut că nu o să mai câștig, dar cu ajutorul norocului am făcut.
Okay, so like the stream showed, he thinks that Gianni Druid is actually his toughest opponent, and he was pretty concerned after the first round that he was going to lose, but he is here now ready to fight in the final. MooDy, you came into this competition with some pretty classic competitive decks, but out of everything you've seen so far, which do you think was the tournament's toughest and most aggressive deck?
Well, I think I'm about to face the most aggressive decks from this tournament, and I'm not really excited about it. So we'll see how it goes.
Well, xTracKyStyLe did said that he's particularly scared of your Patron Warrior. Do you think that your Patron Warrior is going to pull through?
I don't have Patron Warrior.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was my mistake. Okay, and finally, you two have very different playing styles. You know, you take your time. You've been compared to Life Coach, and you are very fast and aggressive. How do you both guys think that your styles will clash?
Well, I think it will be a slow game.
Da, cred că decurile mele sunt mai bune împotriva lui, dar Warlock-ul îmi va face probleme.
So he thinks that overall that his decks are better, but he is concerned about the Warlock. Well, good luck to both of you guys, and now please take it away and let's get ready for the final.
Thank you so much, Diana. And MooDy is so calm when he talks about those things. He's like, okay, I'm just going to take my time in the final. He doesn't understand that he might be disadvantaged with regards to decks. He, well, doesn't have Patron Warrior with him, which might be a problem overall.
Did he forget the deck? That's an old joke from, other card games.
Yeah. Just not taking the deck with you for the tournament. That would be sad, right? That would be sad.
Yeah, I didn't take my decks with me. Oh. I guess yeah.
I guess I'm just taking any deck that somebody can provide me and just play with it. But yeah, xTracKyStyLe, this is in fact his first tournament. He didn't have much experience before, but now he is experienced with playing versus all those players. Even though he was super nervous, he still seems nervous, and he was shaking. He didn't know what to say. So maybe those nerves will play a big role. Even though he has an advantage with his lineup, he might play fast and make mistakes.
Yeah, I think he's actually he's come across quite nervous overall and throughout the whole tournament. But let's be honest, during the games, he's done the job, right? He's made it count. So even though he's nervous building up to it and with the interview, like I think once he's in the game and he gets just like the quiet in his headset and he can focus on the game, I think he'll be fine actually. Because everything, like whenever you play in this sort of setting, as soon as you start, everything else is zoned out, and then you really just focused on the game. So I think it'll be okay.
That's at least how it should be.
Yeah, exactly.
For the player.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and on the other hand, Lothar, what do you have to say about MooDy?
I just hope he will be more aggressive in this game, and that's it. Because if he will be doing what he was doing before, it will not work out against those aggro decks. And I hope that he reevaluated how the games went for him in the previous series, and how xTracKyStyLe is playing his own game. Because he's like xTracKyStyLe with his aggro lineup is basically ignoring almost every single time what is his opponent doing, and he has the eye on the prize, right?
Yeah.
And the eye on the prize is the 30 points of HP on his opponent's hero, and that's about it.
Absolutely. But he has a lot of experience playing, as Diana mentioned. He was in Cluj-Napoca and Bucharest, going deep in both tournaments. So he has it to actually take it in the final. Well, he is in the final at the very moment, showing that DreamHack Bucharest was one of his first performances. He was at ISF as well, and Cluj-Napoca he went pretty far, and now he's in the final. So he's improving all the time. So I don't know, like if we see MooDy in the final of the DreamHack, I would not be surprised seeing the achievements that he has so far, and he might be our champion. We don't know this at the moment.
Yeah, man. I think this sort of harkens back to what we were talking about earlier, where he's definitely good at the game, right? There's no real doubts there. But I think he needs to continue to improve. He needs to really acknowledge what he's weak at and see that and be able to then like really work on it, like you say. So in a matchup like this specifically, you need to be able to turn that switch and become the aggressor and actually finish up the game. And that's going to be, I think, like you said, like really important in this matchup.
This will be a big test for him, because this is the moment where you're facing your opponent who has less experience but has a better lineup than you. If you are able to overcome it, you are the champion.
Yeah, the better lineup against you.
Yeah,
in
exactly.
This case, right. But one thing that I always tell the players is that one thing that makes the difference between a good player and a very good player or a top tier player is the ability to learn from your own mistakes, or to admit that you're making a mistake, and you can improve on that field, right? You can improve on your own mistakes and you can learn from it. So that's very important, and hopefully MooDy took like the lessons from the past 2 days, because he was on a brink of elimination twice because of his like 2 safe plays, right?
Yeah, and I think like you said, versus this lineup specifically, this is the one way he'll get punished the most for that kind of style, because just trading too much and then suddenly you're just dead. And when he could have had the opportunity to go, because the second you become the aggressor against an aggro deck, like you win. Like that's the way it normally works, because you make I mean, like that's the way to win. You make them do the weird trades and slow down. So we'll see how it works out.
Hopefully for MooDy, the Hunter is the least aggressive deck, and it will cost xTracKyStyLe at least a game, right?
Yeah.
Because it runs a Flare, it runs a Cousin Mystic, and those cards are like, well, usually you don't want to play those cards in an aggressive style, right? So for MooDy, it's a good thing to abuse to get at least that one win against the least aggressive deck from xTracKyStyLe lineup.
Definitely. Let's talk about those lineups. So as you mentioned, Hunter for xTracKyStyLe, exactly what you said. Then Shaman being an aggressive Shaman with the Elemental Destruction as well. And the last deck is aggressive Paladin. So an interesting lineup overall that we don't see very often. What is there for MooDy, guys?
Yeah, so he has the Druid, which we've just seen pretty steadily throughout this whole tournament, right? Has he just always brought Druid, as far as I'm aware, from what we saw from the Swiss stage?
I think so.
Yeah, I think he's
not
stuck.
gonna lie, but I think so.
I think he's stuck with Druid throughout the whole thing. The Paladin we've seen is Secret Paladin, I believe, and then the Warlock is the Zoo. But what was interesting was we've seen the Secret Paladin and the Zoolock played in a hyper-defensive manner. And the first game is going to be Zoo. It is Demon Zoo versus the Hunter.
So would you say this is a bad matchup for the Zoo, Lothar?
Well, it all now depends if the Mal'Ganis will be seen for MooDy, because that's like the win card against Hunters in most situations. If you can pull it off from the Void Cooler and get the Mal'Ganis out. But as you can see, there's also from xTracKyStyLe, there's also an Owl in his hand. So it's all about baiting out the silence before you play the Void Cooler, which can be easily done with the Nerubian Egg. So it seems like MooDy might be on the road of taking it here if xTracKyStyLe will not be aggressive enough.
Yeah, and I think the traps are going to play a lot into this as well. So on one side, you've got the Void Caller potentially pulling the demons, and on the other side, I think we saw, I'm not sure all of the traps from xTracKyStyLe, but we saw Bear Trap and Explosive Trap. What was the third?
Freezing Trap.
And Freeze, yeah. So actually, like, you can just straight up lose this matchup by playing around the wrong trap at the wrong time.
Well, that happened to Gen Druid.
Oh, okay. I didn't get to catch all those matches, but
he basically attacked us with a Knife Juggler that was buffed with Avenge, and with full upgrade from the Coghammer, so Divine Shield and Taunt, into a Freezing Trap.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that sounds bad as
yeah.
it was bad. So.
Yeah, so and this is the thing, and this is kind of, I really like this style in Hunter where you run just like a selection of traps, because then it's so unpredictable.
Raven, how happy are you to cast Hunter in the final, where Hunter was not even played in the tournament?
Yeah, I'm super happy. Hunter's my favorite class overall. Like I said, I didn't get to see too many of his cards in his deck, but from what I know of it, it sounds pretty straightforward. But I'm really happy as well at that. Even if it wasn't Hunter, the pick of picking the deck that no one's played all weekend, because no one's ever going to try and even think about it in the lineups. Cause it's like, oh, no one will bring that deck.
Yeah.
And then in this lineup, especially with Last Hero Standing, like you can hit so hard with a fully aggro lineup. It's pretty ruthless. And there's one of those traps. So the Bear Trap's down, and again, it's very interesting on how MooDy's going to approach these traps, because you play around each one differently. So it's going to be really difficult.
Wait, did he mulligan away the Void Cooler?
It looks like it.
Wait.
This isn't the first time we saw this. We saw this in the previous set from MooDy.
I mean, he had the decent opener, right?
Yeah, he had Nerubian Egg, Void Caller, and
I think he was looking for something like a Flame Imp to start the aggression and start the race. So
but in this, like, this is the least aggressive deck. So if you have a Void Caller, which has such a great value against the Hunter, because it can easily win you the game on it, like, alone, right? You trade for 2 creatures, you get out a Doomguard or a Mal'Ganis, you taunt it up because you can do it in one turn, and it's over.
The problem is, like, if you keep Nerubian Egg and if you keep Void Caller, your game might look like turn 1 nothing, turn 2 Egg, turn 3 life tap, turn 4
But
Void
he
Caller.
had a first card that could have been played on turn 3. That was an Haunted Creature.
There was
Yeah,
Dark Peddler. Dark Peddler. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
the Dark Peddler was even better. I'm really surprised that he didn't keep the Peddler and the Egg and the
Void Caller.
and the Void Caller.
the thing is as well, like, it's really great having a 1-drop, but going all in on the mulligan on that kind of thing, like against this Hunter, which is, it's still an aggressive deck, but it's the least aggressive, as he said. Like, I don't know, it seems interesting. Now he's stuck with double Doomguard, so this actually isn't the first time we've seen this from MooDy, and we'll see how it works out in the long run. It might be fine. But now he follows it with a Creeper, and there's just going to be spiders all over the show here. There's already 2 spiders and an egg that spawns a style spider, and then 2 more creepers in hand for
The good news for MooDy is that the spiders will not be able to break for the Knife Juggler to hit. The bad news is that he's already behind.
Yeah, and even like this kind of board is really difficult because you have to think about versus Hunter. One of the swingiest turns that Hunter can do versus a deck like this or versus a deck like Secret Paladin is the Knife Juggler Unleash. And then like you can just wipe the board and then you have so many dogs to then clear anything else up and then push for damage. So cards like Implosion are very dangerous in this match. Like they can perform really well for the Warlock, or they can actually be a double-edged sword and you actually get bit back there by the dogs.
Because yeah, of Unleash the Hounds. Here, not much choice. He's still thinking about his turn, but it's like life coach, right? Like thinking about the whole game overall.
There's his beard.
He shaved it before the tournament, just in case.
Oh,
Oh, so this is yeah. I mean, so I actually quite like Bear Trap here. Maybe Owl onto the egg to just kill the egg
Owl
off.
to the egg
Yeah.
sounds awesome.
Yeah,
I mean,
because next turn you can still Bear Trap. I just want the Bear Trap down before you can potentially Juggler Unleash, that's all.
Yeah,
There's-
I agree with that.
there's few options here. For xTracKyStyLe, it's important to have an answer to a Void Caller, and this might, if he thinks about it, then he might keep the Owl for that occasion. But for now, it looks like the egg might bring the most value because he played 2 minions that couldn't be traded with the egg to spawn the 4/4. So he doesn't know really if there's anything for MooDy to trade with the egg next turn. I'm kind of surprised by that because I'm like valuing the egg way more than the Hunter Creeper, especially when you have a Knife Juggler and the Unleash the Hounds already in hand.
Yeah, I was like, if you just look at this board and that play in isolation, it was okay because if the egg procs, you can kill the 4/4 with what's on the board. But because you have the Knife Juggler and the Unleash, you don't mind the enemy creeper dying because it's just more tokens for you to juggle with. So I find that really strange, especially because next turn, like, Bear Trap Hero Power feels pretty good because that 3/3 coming out of the Bear Trap's pretty
He
huge.
probably did that to play around Knife Juggler on the other side. So looking at the Knife Juggler in your hand, you're thinking about the same card on the other side as well.
I wouldn't play in any situation around Knife Juggler.
I think with 2
Looking at this
creepers on the board.
You have 2 creepers
yeah.
on the board, you're perfectly fine with any kind of option.
Yeah, I do agree, but apparently he did at that moment. Unless there was something else that we can't see.
That's the one clunky card that he is playing in this deck.
I mean, he can just play that this turn if he really wants. I like getting the Bear Trap down, but
no. I mean, this turn you definitely have to play the Pessimistic. This is the only turn when you can actually do it. And I would have traded the Hunter Creeper into the 1/1. You are actually adding power to your board, and you're preserving the life of your 2/1. And your 1/1 is basically useless for now. It's even
and you're
if
not
you
playing against Hunter where you're going to be punished.
Yes, and you don't exactly want to keep the Hunted Creeper for next turn is Unleash the Hound with the Knife Juggler because you won't have space to do that. Because
I think as well, you should be pretty confident that you know MooDy's Zoo deck, so you know it's not the Giants.
Yeah.
So it's not like, oh, okay, I don't want to trade because then you can just slam a Giant on the board and then that's a problem. So I think, yeah, that was a really interesting one there.
For MooDy, by the way, this Power Overwhelming is a great top deck, but I think he might go for a life tap instead of going for Defender Vargas. Just Power Overwhelming, kill the 4/3, kill the 2/1 with the 1/1, and
Wow. Oh.
that was actually really
I
courageous.
think he took my advice a bit
Too seriously.
right? Because that wasn't yet the moment to switch it, because you had a Defender of August in
Against
hand,
against
which
Hunter,
which
is
is like
massive.
the yes card
Yeah.
against the Hunter. That
Oh,
wins
wow.
you the game. Most situations when you can just pound up a huge, serious minion like, let's say, the spider from the egg, or just activate the egg. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, that's why.
Well,
no, it's
Never mind,
actually,
Lothar.
you're right, Lothar. I felt like this turn was actually life tap, Power Overwhelming on the egg, kill Kazan, get a 4/4, kill the 2/1, and play
And
your own
build up.
Spider. And Spider would give you a chance to have a good Defender Vargas next turn.
Exactly, yeah. So this is really crazy. I mean, he still has the Argus and the Spider, but
I think he tapped.
pretty quickly, this is becoming a bit scary because now these are the turns where the Hunter can start weaving in hero powers very easily. And, you know, the Warlock's life tap is only going to help with that. And then you've done 0 damage to the Hunter so far. So this is looking very, very scary.
And you lost double Doomguard already, and those Doomguards will be so powerful like later in the
And
game.
the problem here is as well is like he can power overwhelming and kill this, which is fine, but because the egg doesn't actually die till the end of the turn, he can't Argus it either, so he'll have to wait and hope it survives. But
Now it's a good occasion to pop that
Ooh.
Haunted Creeper and just go for the combo of Unleash the Hounds and Knife Juggler. Is it better?
I don't know. I kind of like Animal Companion now.
Oh, first Huffer, I see that. No, don't trade.
I would 100% go face.
Yeah.
You have Juggler Unleash as like the rubber band effect that if he does something
Oh,
crazy.
that's a nice reference. I have to remember that.
I'll give you that one, Lothar. I want full credit and a royalty check every time you say it.
Okay. But after Dota will pay me. No, Blizzard actually. No, never mind.
Yeah, so I like just going face.
Yeah, it's 7 damage.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
opponent's at 15. It's half. Oh, nice.
It's a Huffer.
Yeah,
Huffer
this
can
is-
only attack heroes,
This is
right?
Yeah, exactly. Only Hunter minions can only attack heroes, right?
Yeah,
No,
most of the time.
this is really good, and you swiftly get into the point where it doesn't matter what your opponent plays, because if anything happens, that creeper dies. There's two hounds and
Well,
two juggles, right?
The game is not over yet. There is a chance for a possible Mal'Ganis from that Void Caller, but at this point you probably have to go for PO on the Spider, kill the Huffer.
Wait. Because you need to play around traps.
Yeah, and this is the brilliant thing about playing one-offs in
Well,
the
you can
traps.
attack with a 4/4 into 1/1 first.
No, because it might be freezing trap.
Yeah, but then you PO the 1/2 and attack
But
with it.
you lose a. You have a 5 mana minion 4/4, which is basically useless. Not exactly sure what to think about that, because my initial thought would be ignore the trap
Well, now you can actually attack with
and
Spider.
just play Defensive Argus.
And the thing to remember here is, like, regardless of how well he clears this board, he's on 13 health. He
And
has
he just
Juggler.
tapped 2
He
times.
has Juggler Unleash and Hero Power, and Dr. Boom's Spree. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that.
That's the one turn when you actually don't play it.
Yeah, I would have traded in with the Juggler and then Unleashed, and then
Yeah.
just all face and Hero Power.
Definitely.
Was that potentially?
That
Was it any way that was lethal?
Well,
You get
your opponent has 5 minions, right? So you get 5 juggles, 5 attack to the face. So no way of getting lethal unless it hits 5 times face.
Yeah.
There is
And
one
the
bomb
odds-
attacking, right? Or not?
The odds of that happening are quite low. But I think just the
Putting them
immediate
to no
effect,
health as
like,
well. Like, yeah.
You just slam his face, hero power. You take advantage of that momentum.
And
is way
you
more
get the
important.
damage in now, because if taunts, if Argus comes down and something crazy with the Void Caller into
Then the one ones
Mal'Ganis.
are not that impactful.
Yeah, exactly. And you can still Hero Power, right? Because he was on 7, so he could
Yeah.
Juggler Hero Power as well and
Yeah.
Unleash. So
But in theory, the Spider will pop, so he'll still be able to use the Unleash with the Juggler
yeah,
next turn.
it was just you put the pressure on the Warlock this turn as opposed
Yeah,
to give
more
him any
pressure
form
this
of
time.
out this time.
But you just see a Void Walker. Wait, what did he turn up this minion? That didn't make any sense.
Well, he's
Was
playing
because
around
of the
traps,
way
so
the minions were positioned, did it not matter that he taunted it up? Because something would have died. Anything that he
But
taunted
he
would have
had
had to
7
die.
attack anyway. He could have.
Did he?
Yeah, he had an Imp and a Hunted Creeper. So he could have attacked with the Hunted Creeper and an Imp, and have a taunted up Nerugan,
Yeah.
Nerugan Spider.
Oh my
and-
god.
and
he
the
didn't even want.
2-1
He didn't even want the
Yeah,
big
he didn't
bomb.
even want that.
Oh my god. And this is this is rough.
and
the
Warlock
problem
has
as well
no
is
tools to come back.
With
from
that
it.
Argus, you're not even playing around explosive trap because the minions died. So yeah, that was kind of rough. And this game has just gone from bad to worse for MooDy, I think, and really good for xTracKyStyLe.
Yep. And now he can even pop the Hunted Creeper if he wants to.
for extra damage.
He could pass 3 turns and still probably win this game. No, I'm being serious. Like he's not even been touched yet. He's on 30 health. I think your hero power.
Yeah, MooDy has
100%
only
though.
1 card, and MooDy will have to tap, right?
I mean, it doesn't matter that he didn't hero power there, but I'm pretty sure you do hero power. Because the Trapper has no time to do anything, right? But sure. I'm being picky now.
I mean, sometimes you can. I don't know whether you can say that justifies some plays.
Yeah,
But in this situation, there was no way that there were correct plays from the They were just plain throwing out of the window.
Yeah. He wasn't exactly sure how to play this matchup apparently. Maybe he didn't test Hunter enough. Hunter is not at the-
Sugarcoat.
Nice.
What would you like to sugarcoat?
No, just usually, there's like a way of sugarcoating while casting.
Well, I think
There was no even
I think
way to
it's not
justify
not
it.
even that like just trying to be nice, but we always try to explain the potential reason for a play,
Mhm.
and sometimes it can be difficult when we can't see that potential reason.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well, from our perspective, it seems like he hasn't practiced that matchup much, and probably doesn't show up on ladder anymore that often. Or
But that's one of the oldest matchups that you have in Hearthstone in general. Zoo
Yeah, in
and
general it
Hunter
is.
is
Yeah, so-
like the basics
so-
of
so
Hearthstone
this-
one-on-one.
This play was really scary as well because you'd actually seen an owl, so the Argus onto the egg suddenly becomes quite powerful,
Yep.
or even just the PO onto the egg to clear off the 4-3.
yeah,
And then from that point, I think with the Doomguard, he was always behind because the Doomguard got a trade into a 4-attack minion, which puts it at 3 health when there's minions on the board. The Doomguard isn't getting much more value than that.
yeah. Those Doom cards were basically really good overall. If you are able to play the Doom Guard at turn 6 or 7, or even if you get that Void Caller back that you mulliganed away, you can just maybe Argus the Void Caller and then make sure that the Doom Guard is back because the Owl is gone. You are super happy about the Owl being used already.
It's not about even what was happening in the game. I think what was the most important aspect of this matchup was the fact that the mulligan was one of the most important things to do. And having already a peddler,
Egg.
an egg, and a void caller.
Did he
was a
actually mulligan
really-
Peddler?
Yeah.
Yeah, he mulliganed
That,
Peddler
that
away.
was like one of the best openers you can get against a hunter because you have a guarantee that you can get if whatever demon you will top deck during the game, you can get it out for free. So even if it's a void walker, it's still value. It puts a taunt on the board which will buy you health.
Yeah.
Right, so
Mortal Coil as well versus
From
Hunter.
the peddler,
yeah,
you can
from
get
the
a
peddler as
mortal
well.
coil, you
Abusive.
can get a
Another
boar,
Void Walker. like,
another void walker,
Yeah.
boar, an elven archer. There's
some
like
very good cards versus
multitude of
Hunter.
cards that you can get for 1 mana that
Yeah.
also makes your curve really good because you
Yeah.
get a 2-drop with the egg, a 3-drop with the peddler, so
And
you can
something
play.
else.
and the Void Caller.
You can play Tournament in D. You can play the Life Coach impersonator, right? What is his name? 1 mana, 1/2 taunter.
Goldshire Footman.
Oh,
Yeah.
the Gold Chai Footman,
Yeah, that one.
So MooDy being Life Coach Impersonator would play Life Coach Impersonator.
Yeah, exactly. So there was like multitude of options to do differently this game and
Yeah.
have better.
But it
chances
seems
of
like
winning.
he absolutely had a different plan for this game. Like he mulliganed everything away because he was looking for a 1-drop. It didn't work out for him, and it seems like this plan didn't work overall.
Yeah.
And he made the decision based on that. So it started there. As I absolutely agree with you. Like
yeah,
throwing away those cards just cost him the game.
I think to continue as MooDy here, he needs to really just breathe for a second and just refocus because that game would have flustered me. Like if you're playing there when you just got effectively demolished. I mean, you didn't do any damage to the hunter. So no,
Yeah, that's
I'm
actually
being serious. He
true.
didn't do any damage and he just got crushed. So I would definitely just really focus on just relaxing and just like resetting yourself for this and don't try and get too worked up because that was a rough game.
But
And-
that was the easiest matchup for him. From all the matchups he had available, that was the easiest one. Because against a face shaman, against an aggro paladin, you can be just crushed 3 times faster than that.
Yep.
What was happening here? The hunter had of course the best answer to Zoo in form of knife juggler into Unleash the Hounds, but at the same time he had a great he had a great way of controlling the board, even though it should be other way around.
Yeah, and let's not, we've been talking about MooDy for quite a lot, but let's not take this anything away here. XTracKyStyLe played that well.
Yeah, he seems to be in the zone as well.
He played it as well as he should.
There was like one mistake, I think.
Yeah, I think there was. Yeah, the
With
creeper.
hunter creeper
Yeah,
and the
Traded
Dr.
into a
Boom.
minion and didn't go face.
yeah there we go.
No, he played Dr. Boom on 7. That was a mistake.
Yeah,
As
yeah.
funny as it sounds, but that was the
Yeah.
mistake that in this game, because putting out the immediate damage on board was actually more valuable, and hero power as
Yeah.
well, than putting a 7/7 minion and 1/1 bombs.
I would like to do mistakes like that. It's like not playing Dr. Boom on 7 was a mistake. Ah,
Feels bad, man.
Yeah.
So we are going to see the Druid versus the Hunter. So already we can see XTracKyStyle's got an okay curve, except Unleash the Hounds is much less impactful in this matchup.
It's
It can be okay, like really late on, or if you run like a Hunter's Mark, which I'm pretty sure we've not seen from XTracKyStyle. So even just to, like unleash Hunter Mark to kill like a Druid of the Claw or something can be okay. But definitely the Web Spin and the Creep is a good start. But on the other side, MooDy has Wild Growth and a Wrath to try and deal with some of this early aggression.
he will be looking for Keeper of the Grove, obviously, to silence Mad Scientist or just deal with the board.
Mhm.
Pilot Shredder is also nice.
Ooh, that's a great opening hand for MooDy.
Yeah.
Coin out Wild Growth turn 1 into turn 3, sorry, turn 2, Shadow Knight Summers turn 3, Pile the Shredder, and then you have an answer in form turn 3, 4 mana, Wrath and Hero Power. Looks like a great start.
Yep.
This is something we talked about, Lothar, before, you and me, about the Paladin openings, anti-Paladin openings for Druid. This is exactly what you want to have, those minions a bit earlier to be able to trade into other minions and to stop the aggression, and then you just start racing as a Druid. And if the turns go to turn 6 or 7, if you still have minions, you can actually kill the Hunter before he does anything else.
Well, sometimes maybe you want a Keeper instead of the Pile the Shredder, but any 4-drop for Druid in this situation is
to be honest,
amazing.
he's got what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards, and none of them are below 4. None of them are above 4 mana.
Yeah,
which is definitely what you want as Druid in most aggro matchups.
it's true.
All right, so MooDy has to figure out if the Wild Grove is the best play here, and I think, and I agree, it is.
Yeah, it just has to be. The wild growth into Shade into Shredder is just too good.
Yeah. You would not Wild Grove probably if you would not have the Shade.
Yeah, there's no need to coin into it, at least that turn. You'll probably just pass. Because the Web Spinner at the moment isn't too much of a threat. When Web Spinner becomes a real threat is much later on, when it can be like Houndmastered if you leave it, for it becomes a 3-3 with Taunt, or it can enable kill commands and things like that.
But it's still a bad matchup for Druid overall, because Hunter will be pressuring from the very beginning. There is an Owl for possible taunts. There is a really good Animal Companion as well. There are high mains that are hard to deal with. Freezing Trap, if pulled, it can also stop Druid from advancing.
Yeah, and
Yeah, the Freezing Trap will be MVP.
Yeah.
This Animal Companion is actually huge as well. Drawing into that for turn 3 instead of having to just Hero Power or the weirdest Unleash the Hounds ever, it is huge, because also Animal Companion, similar to Mysterious Challenger in the fact that it's so much better when you have other minions on board versus just playing it on an empty board. And because the creeper's down, it looks like, you know, at least the tokens might survive.
By the way, so far, xTracKyStyLe, while playing the Hunter, had only Leox and 1-time Hover.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
statistically, maybe it would be a bigger chance of having a Misha right now, which would be awesome against the Druid in general, because it like pushes a swipe from your opponent.
It just demands swipe,
Yeah,
right? Yeah,
exactly.
you just have to. Oh, nice. I think you still
Yeah,
do
you
this.
still wait.
You don't care
Oh,
about
look at that!
It just counters the...
Lothar RNG math. Oh my god.
Wait, so you said it should be Misha, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, good work.
Well, it still has to be Pile the Shredder, no other way around it.
Yep.
It's decent.
And-
I should
and
can
then
trade
you-
into minions.
And then you have the perfect Freezing Trap, because it's
gonna-
turn 5, no force of nature to play around the Freezing Trap. Even if that would be a bird trap or an explosive trap, it's still great to would play a force of nature into that.
And you know what's really good? The Freezing Trap is going to bounce the high cost minion. Because next turn, because he's not going to attack now with the Shade, I imagine. So next turn he's going to attack with the Shredder, right?
Yeah.
Because the Shredder, yeah, it dies, but it leaves a minion behind, whereas the Shade just dies. So you'd use the Shade to trade in something smaller, so hopefully it continues to grow and live. And then bouncing the Shredder, like, oh, that's 6-drop Shredder in hand, brilliant.
Yeah, that's just amazing, because not only you take care of the Shredder, you also just deny turn 4, basically with 2 mana. So 2 mana, cancel turn 4 of the
And then
your
the
opponent.
Shade almost has to just kill itself on Misha.
Yeah.
It depends on what's drawn, of course. You know, if you draw swipe, then yeah, okay.
The Freezing Trap is a great play for turn 4. Even if you just pair it up with a hero power, it's still fine.
It's similar to how good Freezing Trap can be versus Rogue as well. Like, especially early on, because they just like play like a minion, similar to the way Druid just drops like a single minion every turn. Like Freezing Trap, you can just lock something out so hard.
Some might argue, but I think xTracKyStyLe is on point when it comes to his games right now. Like, you know, the Dr. Boom on 7 was like an initial thought, right? Everyone would probably
Yeah.
play
And the
Dr. Boom.
And the problem is,
But-
like, he was so far ahead, it was just like, sure. You know, like,
Yeah.
They both were great, just like
Yeah.
which one should be better, right?
Exactly.
If you were like 100% like actually going for the perfect play every turn,
Yeah.
Dr. Boom was slightly worse, but Dr. Boom was still fine in that
Yeah.
scenario.
Yeah, exactly.
But this is really good, and I'm glad Hunter's winning, so we continue to watch Hunter play. Honestly, I love it. I mean,
3-0 Hunter
yeah,
final, Raven.
I'm fine with that. And
You
this
did
is
miss
no
the last
preference to the
3-0.
player. This is no preference to the player whatsoever. But I just want to see more Hunter games. And he bounced the Shade. That is
That is
really
surprising.
interesting.
That is
That
really
is
surprising
really
because now the Shade is practically useless.
But that's a good move, like he's getting a minion out of the Shredder.
But
I'm. So hang on. Is
Look at that minion.
Well, now you get the top decked. No, wait, you can't. Never mind.
That minion will actually do some work here.
No, you can't play the Handmaster.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
I think I would have just sacrificed the web spinner, see what beast do I have, and just hero power this turn.
Well, the thing is with the Houndmaster now, the 1/1 has to go into the taunt. Potentially. Oh no,
Okay, yeah,
the 5/5 will go into the taunt, and then the 1/1 goes into 4/3, so you're left with Creeper, and then you still have Kill Command.
Yeah,
so
you're
anything
right.
you
You're
play
right.
is,
Yeah, right. My bad. My bad.
And what's really good now is like either Kill Command Emperor, awesome, you keep the Creeper, but even like Druid of the
I
Claw,
don't
Kill Command and trade Creeper.
I don't think you actually care about the minions anymore. He's at 15 life.
Yeah, you just go face.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, you can deal with the minions that are put out if needed. But yeah, I think that the Houndmaster was
Yeah,
fine.
the
Just
thing is,
push
like, as a
damage.
hunter, you have a limited amount of time right now. So you do want to deal as much damage to face as you win with the hero power.
And the funny thing is, by ignoring the minions, it's actually buffing you Unleash the Hounds to do even more damage later
Yeah,
on.
exactly.
So it's like, you just, ignore it. And he has Owl, which is super important. So if a taunt comes out, it just doesn't matter anymore because the Owl's so easy to squeeze in.
Squelch
Yeah.
from MooDy. That was a fast squelch.
But also, the Angry Chicken from Web Spinner is a little bit rough, although he's still in a good position.
That's one turn too late. So do you just go with small minions? Like unleash the
Maybe
hounds?
you kill command the 5/5 now.
Why not kill command face? Go 2 to face with the dogs.
'cause the
Hero
issue-
power face. That's 9 damage to face. He's at 6.
I would probably just go Unleash the Hounds, deal 2 damage.
Yeah.
And play the Angry Chicken as well.
Yeah.
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 I think that's the best option, because
What-
you push for
I
damage,
think-
demand an National Blow of your opponent.
Ooh, okay. Because it's a tough one here, because I think either way, you either kill the Lothar with kill command or you don't play kill command this turn. Because next turn, you can, you still have Owl kill command.
Well, this protects your
and
Dr. Boom
you've
next
got
turn,
Owl
actually.
kill command hero power.
Like, if you kill command the Lothar, this means that you want to play Dr. Boom next turn, and it does protect Dr. Boom a bit.
KFC is here.
And now suddenly the patient assassin doesn't look so scary anymore.
Wait, what?
No, just because on the board at this moment in time.
Oh, okay.
Because there's just like a 1-2 and a 1-1.
Are you scared of the chicken?
Always. Hey, Houndmaster.
Yeah, I know, right? But then, like, how do you damage it?
Arcane shot.
Only Lothar plays Arcane Shot in his counter
Yeah.
list.
That's true.
On me, man. Feels bad.
So, do you go for Shapeshift, Chicken, and a 4/6 taunt?
You want to shapeshift into a chicken?
If that's what you have to do to win, I'll take it.
So yeah, I think you need to just do that and then play the Druid of the Claw. That's right. I don't think there's. I mean, a safer play. You've just seen a kill command, so actually playing like Force of Nature to clear the board isn't going to be enough.
Wow.
Oh my god, now Chicken can connect with face.
Okay, so
is that enough?
and that was why you should have played the Kill Command phase, listen, if you ever wanted to do that.
Well, you're still pretty close to just
But
winning
you're
the
dead
series.
next turn.
Combo?
Yeah, 7 mana combo.
7 mana combo
With
would
2
be
creatures on board. 6, 20, 24 damage.
I think it's really tough. We can see this. So like Unleash Kill Command is fine.
If he, like,
I think you have to count combo, right?
Well, he didn't. And
it's really weird. It's inconsistent. Because he killed a 5/5 that wasn't
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
threatening with a kill command, where the Emperor is kind of threatening.
Yeah, exactly. So as well.
Yeah. So
Woody finds it.
he should have played that one.
No, the
Hunter is dead, and Moody is able to defeat it with the Druid, even though it looked really bad. And it seems xTracKyStyLe has it. Kill Command the Lothar, as Lothar mentioned, was not the way. But how can you know that there is Thorison into combo? And how do you know they
It's
would
not
top
about
it
how do
command?
you know if there's Emperor into combo. Is how do you plan to win the game? And the plan was, if I want to kill Commander low tap, so I don't plan to kill him next 2 turns, right? So if you top deck another kill command, then your plan is, yeah, now I need to play defensively and just bank
Yeah,
on my hero
continue
power.
with the style
Well,
of play.
his plan originally was to play Dr. Boom on the board uncontested.
That made no sense, because you play a 7 mana minion that makes 2 bombs and it dies to the 1/1. So you
So-
basically pay 7 mana to create 2 minions that are 1/1 and are dealing random damage that can be dealt to Force of Nature, an example that will help clearing out the minions, right? It makes no sense to spend 7 mana on that turn.
And one of the worry things as well is the bombs, although extra damage and could hit face fantastic, if they did clear up minions, it makes the unleash in hand worse.
Yeah.
So for the follow-up turn, I agree. I think with the Patient Assassin down,
Yeah, but he just wanted to do it. I'm not
It
saying
was
it's
like last
correct.
time, it was
I just wanted to do it. I was
boom.
saying like, well, you are basically saying that on turn 7 he just wanted to play Doctor Boom because everybody says it's always correct.
I
But
mean, let's look at the replay.
Yeah.
God damn it! And the last replay, we saw the turn when he kill commanded the low tip.
yeah.
The correct play that turn was to play Unleash the Hounds and Angry Chicken, because you know that there was no swipe in your opponent's hand. You go face, you have 2 kill commands in the hand,
yeah, and you just win.
and you just win.
But maybe he really likes Doctor Boom on 7, or he doesn't know what Patient Assassin does. because-
I think like the Doctor Boom on 7. If Patient Assassin was like any other minion, like a Captain's Parrot, right? Then like I can understand it a bit more because maybe just like he doesn't have combo, even though it's exact lethal.
Then
like
he would just clear it with the Unhunted Creeper, so it wouldn't be a problem because you don't die to a combo.
Yeah.
The only problem was that the minion had stealth.
Yeah, I just mean like because you knew the boom was going to die, then like you said, it was the 7 mana into boom and the 2 1/1s, and then the 1/1s don't do too much. So it's like that was the Patient Assassin was just the key issue there with boom.
Yeah, like there is no sense in playing Boom overall, right? But like he really wanted to play Boom, and he did. Like he just slammed it on the board.
Yeah, well,
But-
that did cost him the game, and now he has to switch, and I guess he will be playing Shaman.
This is probably nerves. Like players are just not thinking about it. Like we had that situation where Powder just attacked with Knife Juggler into a Noble Sacrifice, and then he said like I just didn't see the secret.
It wasn't nerves; he was just still asleep. It
Okay.
was early in the morning, and he was like, "Yeah, that was dumb mistake. I don't know why did I do that because I was just still, didn't wake up."
Okay.
Probably.
Does xTracKyStyLe look sleepy to you?
I don't think so.
Then this is nerves for him probably.
Yeah, probably too.
He's
I
gonna
mean,
go,
it probably is.
he's gonna go with the Paladin though versus the Druid, and to be honest, Paladin pretty good versus Druid as well. We saw last set what this deck can do to a Druid if it draws well, and again we see the Keeper of Alderman. Not like the quickest start. We might have to see abusive on 1 with this because you just can't pass. But the Keeper of Alderman's pretty key, and then obviously the Muster decent without a swipe. But pretty sure MooDy's going to keep hold of the swipe in this matchup because he knows it's aggro Paladin.
Absolutely. Well, you should keep this swipe at least. Wrath, you can keep Wrath overall to just counter Knife Juggler, but I would probably mulligan Wrath away as well. There's like 2 schools. Wild Growth and Innervate are still the best, and you really want to fish for them.
Yeah, it's a tough one, like, because I would even, like, I was looking at keeping the 3 as highlighted now, because you don't have a minion and what earlier stuff are you going to draw. And if you don't draw the Wild Growth, then at least you have a 4-drop. You have 2 4-drops, which isn't too bad. So I don't mind this, but I do like the Wrath, because if, like, Juggler turn 2 is, you're not going to not play that as aggro Paladin, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're going to play it, and I think it's just good to have it down, but going into a Lepronome was
man.
pretty big.
I just wanted to say that keeping those cards as he did, it makes sense overall. So I don't mind this fully as well. But I will probably mulligan those cards away, like just keep swipe, because I'm looking for Living Roots, I'm looking for Wild Growth, Innervate, and
Keepers.
Keepers, yeah. But he did a very safe mulligan, and I think he's in a way getting rewarded because of that Living Roots.
Well, usually you're looking for innovates anyway, but they have additional value because you're playing against a deck which uses Divine Favor, and you want to empty your hand as soon as possible. And in, I would say, more than half of the situations, your Ancient of Law would be used to heal yourself and not draw cards, because you outvalue your opponent anyway. And if you can deny the Divine Favor, you seal the win, most likely.
Well, we saw that in the last series with xTracKyStyLe, where he got, I think, turn 3 big Divine Favor off against Druid, and he just stomped.
Yeah.
Because he just had so many options. He just had all the answers he needed. This is a really nice card to draw, as you said, Nimsh. Like the Living Roots is pretty huge, and this is okay because he can fill out his curve. And I actually just expect this and the Argent, the Abusive Squire. Oh.
Raven, where are you? Just take a couple of breaths, Raven.
Right,
you can do
okay.
it.
The Abusive Sergeant on the, not the Argent Squire, on the Lepronome, and just push damage. I don't know why you'd save it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't want to go for it.
I got there in the end, guys. I'm sorry.
Especially because he has the curve anyway with Master of
Yeah,
Battle.
exactly.
So yeah, it's a good opening overall for the Paladin, just putting the damage in again, just being aggressive. Can MooDy stop it? Like, he can easily trade with the 2-1s.
I think you can just wild growth, and then you're a little bit worried about Blessing of Kings, but not for another turn yet. So I think you can just wild growth and trade the 2 1-1s into the Lepanome and the Abusive Sergeant here, and just leave
Definitely.
the 1-1.
I think the wild growth was overall a huge draw here. It will give him much more flexibility with the future card plays.
And also ramp straight into Swipe for that Muster of Battle.
Yep, that's pretty huge. And then
Yeah.
he can follow up with whatever he wants, and he will be in a good shape, but just obviously taking his time.
And also we can see as well, like, xTracKyStyLe doesn't really have an option to play around Swipe, if that's the run he goes for with the wild growth, because we're like, okay, I'm going to play around Swipe and not play my only 3-drop and Hero Power instead.
Time waits for no one.
Yep. Yeah, sounds good. I don't have anything to add. Like
Make
trade
the
the
play.
1-1s and play the wild growth.
MooDy, getting Swift enough taking his time though, takes pretty much the full turn to decide that, or at least to decide to lock that in. So this is going to be a really important draw, and the Owl is pretty dead at the moment. Great card to have versus Druid in this matchup, but he is going to play Muster and probably going to get hurt pretty hard by this Swipe.
Yeah, it makes sense. I wonder how much xTracKyStyLe is under the influence of the previous loss overall.
Do you think it's too risky to play Shredder?
Sure, into this? I think you do swipe it.
Yeah, I think...
Why would you not swipe it? It's like card for card.
Because it's... The minions are still going to be there next turn, or they trade into the Shredder, and even with
And
Blessing...
they will not.
Yeah, and they won't, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, at worst. So you can swipe next turn, and even if he has Blessing of Kings, well, you know what? The Squire's going to survive, so you can still Blessing of Kings it. So, I don't know.
I would probably swipe here right now, just to limit the number of damage. Like, at the moment you're at 22. The minions, there's like 5 power on board, so you go down to 17 if you just Shredder. And like even more if there's the Ulduman just
Because
drop.
the only thing here is, like, if you shred it, you can answer the 4-drop of the Paladins next turn and still swipe.
Yep.
So I don't know, like, I think the shred, this is like one of the few occasions you can afford to be greedy with the swipe versus aggro Paladin. Because then if he plays a Shredder, then you're behind again, and then you have to, like, Wrath, and then you're slightly off curve and think, you know, like, it doesn't quite work out. I like this.
None may steal our
Well, xTracKyStyLe quickly goes for, I guess, damage to face. Not really, not yet. He's considering killing the Shredder.
Well, if he was considering killing the Shredder, then he should have not slammed the card first. Because you should have just Divine Shielded the Squire if you want to trade.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
because
right.
you keep hold of the minion, right?
Yeah.
If he goes for face, it's fine to do it on the dude, because then there will be too much value of just silencing the Argent Squire.
Ooh, that's a perfect card.
You can
MooDy
just,
seems to have all the cards he needs to win this matchup. Those are like
I-
almost the perfect combination.
I think you just use coin here to clear, right? Does that work? Oh, you leave the 1-1 out.
Well, leaving 1-1-1 is not a big problem, right?
Yeah. Oh, hang on, no you don't. You can clear because you can attack with the Shredder.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
well,
I'm
you can
being
even
stupid.
you can also like just use the coin and innervate and clear this board if you really want to, and then attack face with Shredder and start racing.
Well,
Yeah, but you only need the coin, right?
you
Well,
need the coin. 'cause
need the coin, yeah.
You
Yep.
Wrath.
Wrath,
And swipe.
shapeshift, and swipe.
Oh, and just attack face with Shredder, right? Okay, so. Yeah, I think this is fine.
time
Yeah.
waits for no one.
Because then,
you can
and I still think you might innovate to hit the Ancient of Law next turn.
Yeah, you just want to
Yeah.
use the cards and that's it.
Whoops! No charges for now, but he can get a charger later. What problem is just silencing the Shredder makes
I don't
sense.
think silencing right now is a good idea.
You don't want Shredder to leave your minion behind.
Oh! What if a taunt comes down now, though? What if a Druid of the Claw comes
You
down?
have +3 attack at least. Well, it can happen, obviously.
Ooh.
No, you still innervate.
Innervates.
Innervate. Oh wait, no. There's
No,
no,
no.
no. Then you Force of Nature.
Yeah.
If there's no Jugger on board, you just
Yeah.
Yeah,
Force of Nature. This.
yeah. I think Force of Nature is pretty safe.
And then you lure.
Because you still on
And
15,
heal?
right? It's not. Yeah, I think Law Heal could be okay. But maybe you don't because you can Law innovate hero power.
Imagine-
if you need to draw. Like,
No, I think you should heal with the Ancient Law just to play around Divine Favor. Because
Yeah, yeah.
otherwise
that's true. Yeah, yeah. Divine Favor like swiftly becoming the out, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Your opponent is banking on a top deck each single turn, and he plays low value cards. The biggest value card he has is a Keeper of Ultiman,
Yeah.
and that's about it. So if you have a 5/5 minion on board, it trades 2 for 1. It gets you 5 health, and you play around his only out, which is Divine Favor.
It trades 2 for 1 in theory, because you can get Argent Horse Rider next turn, and that will be 5 damage to face, and then deal with it.
And the thing is as well, you follow that up where if you want to play the top deck war, the Druid's definitely going to win that one.
Most likely, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Alright, that's Exclude Minion with Divine Shield.
Okay.
What?
I was weighing up whether you get the Blessed and Might on, but with the Divine Shield it probably doesn't matter.
Nah,
too much. Yeah.
It's better
Doesn't
next
matter
turn.
right now, because your opponent will know then he's relying on top deck.
Yeah. It's
I don't know, and here's like asking the question: maybe that's an Alkan Golem, maybe it's an Leroy, right? Maybe it's Divine Favor,
yeah.
because he didn't have the mana to use it, right? Oh wait, he would have used it. Never mind, that's not Divine Favor.
Yeah, Divine Favor will definitely be played, so he knows that. But he can top deck one, and you have to keep it in mind. If you draw with Ancient of Lore, you are in bad position overall.
Kind of interesting whether he chooses to innovate the hero power here.
Oh, drawing. So not playing around
Oh
Divine
my
Favor.
God,
He will try to raise this.
that's like I don't even can wrap my head around it. It's just begging to be punished by the top deck Divine
Are
Favor.
you hoping for
So
top
can
deck
you-
Divine Favor now?
I like when players are being punished for making a
So Lothar,
really
can you explain
okay.
why he did the draw instead of healing?
I have no explanation. I have no explanation because with the Innervate, you plan to use the Innervate this turn, right? And you have no chance of top decking anything more useful
Yeah, impactful, yeah.
than the hero power. Because even if you you have one thing, and that thing was Living Roots
Yeah.
to make 2 1/1s. That's the only thing that can.
So do you think he drew cards because of Living Roots? Try to get into MooDy's head and explain what was going on right there.
It could have been
No
the fact that just drawing cards feels like the right move 9
It's
times
like
out
you-
of 10 in Druid.
When you play Druid, you almost always draw the card, so it might be like a
Just an autopilot.
yeah
sort of thing.
autopilot thing. But now you're stuck with those minions. Look at that. You play Azure Drake.
The
you play
Drakes
fine.
don't play around Divine Favor.
Yeah, and you're not. You're playing directly into Divine Favor, and there are 2 of those in the Paladin's deck. And if he gets
Oh.
one, if he gets the Divine Favor in the next turn or the next 2 turns, when you don't have Innervates anymore, you will get punished, and most likely you will get dead if you don't get the second Force of Nature also.
Yeah, you're dead to Leroy. What's the weapon, by the way? That's the Cockhammer.
Cockhammer,
right?
yeah.
So you
Yes,
have
there's
8
seven-
damage
8
on the
damage.
board.
4
And
more
the-
damage.
and the
The
Cockhammer
Blessing
is-
of Kings.
The Cockhammer is huge here because like the hero power can't keep killing the 1/1. So now
Yeah,
he's
now
he's
they're
always a
stacking.
1/1 ahead, right?
Yeah.
Even if he clears off this mini bar.
Alright, so Blessing of Kings is lethal. Leroy is lethal.
Oh, look at that!
Divine Favor, pretty good.
Oh my god.
Can he still pick up
Keeper,
lethal here?
Is that 5, 6, 7, 8? Oh, he's
Well,
no,
not
it's not enough,
he's
it's
drawing
not enough.
really bad cards,
but
but,
Lothar is
the
pretty good.
load up is pretty
Yeah.
damn awesome.
Oh my god.
Really
Lothar,
well played by
you got your
xTracKyStyLe.
wish.
This is like the basic of knowing how the matchup are going, and this people are undermining a lot of pro players for like not advancing in the preliminaries and stuff. But then you can see the difference between a player that is preparing for certain matchups, that knows his stuff, knows his deck, and knows the outs of the matchup. And it's a huge difference between a player that dedicates a lot of time into the game and learns from it, and there's a player that just plays, fast and doesn't think about how to win the matchup.
I will actually turn it around. I think I do agree with you, but looking from the other perspective, there is a huge advantage from xTracKyStyLe bringing decks that other players are not accustomed with. Because MooDy was playing versus standard lineups, and he reached final, he played really well, but facing those decks that he hasn't tested before, Zul versus Hunter, he hasn't played many Hunter matches before. Aggro Paladin is not that popular as well,
Yeah.
He's
Right.
not sure what to do.
I think the and again, like, I'm gonna go all the way around here. So I'm gonna agree with you, Nimsh, completely. It's hard to play around the deck you've not played against much. But then back to Lothar's point, why haven't you? Why aren't you aware of this deck? Its win condition and the cards that are in it.
There's
Because-
like two
'cause-
cards that are basically making this
the
deck.
thing is,
Divine
like-
Favor and a lot of 1/1s.
Aggro Paladin isn't super common, but multiple people I know have took it really high legend. It's a deck that's been on some websites for guides, things like that. Mid-range hunter, or like slightly aggressive mid-range hunter, has been pretty much the same deck for so long that you should just know how to play against it
Absolutely,
anyway.
but it's like when you're coming to the tournament, from xTracKyStyLe perspective, xTracKyStyLe brought those decks that are not common, and that's why he's winning right now. He's doing really good. He won versus Arne exactly because he had those specific cheesy cards like Chasm Mystic and Flare. He was able to win versus Janet Druid, who wasn't also sure exactly how to play versus decks, and we can see now he's on a great way to take the title with those specific decks.
I think there's definitely a difference between knowing matchups and then your lineup just not going well. Because the thing with xTracKyStyLe and his tactics of this tournament for the last day, he's took a hyper aggressive lineup of decks you don't see too often, and that can match up against people not prepared for these type of decks, which is completely fine. Sometimes you can have a really rough go of it when your lineup just sucks against your opponent's lineup. That happens, right? And that's just the way the game is.
Absolutely.
But to not play around certain outs that are in this deck, it feels really bad. He will probably be upset with that play. I think.
Definitely. But at the moment, he's he coming into this final, MooDy was definitely stressed, and he knew that his lineup is bad. So he's probably in a mindset, I can't really win this. I have to play those matches, but I can't win this unless a miracle happens. So he's not even thinking about the outs.
Yeah, and I think this is the turn, right, with the card draw. And I think, to be fair to MooDy, you card draw so often in Druid, and that you feel that, well, I'm going to draw into really good cards that will pull me back in this game. But I think he just blanked on what he was actually, like the knock-on effect to his opponent's turn.
Yeah, definitely.
Because if his opponent has this one card, he is way back. He's already ahead, but then he is like way ahead. There's cards like Leroy, another Blessing of Might, Blessing of Kings that can cause some real trouble.
Unless he's only playing to confuse Lothar and troll him.
Yeah, oh, thank you.
Imagine that. My whole tactic for this tournament.
He had perfect tools against this particular deck, because usually you're just like so smashed by the aggro druid, by the aggro paladin when you're playing druid. But if you draw Innervates, swipe Engine of Law, and you can just heal yourself back up, because that 5 points of health are so crucial in this matchup. You can just out-race the paladin at some point of the game.
Yeah, and that's
you denied Divine Favor as well by not drawing cards.
And that's what I think was a shame about that match, is like MooDy actually drew well, put himself in a good position overall, and then just sort of failed at last hurdle.
Yeah.
Because he could have easily whiffed that game, and it was just steamroll, and that's it. Because that's the way the matchup is a lot of the time.
I didn't do anything because
exactly.
Because I didn't have an answer, and that is true in, I would say, 7 in 10 games with that druid versus the aggro paladin, maybe 6.
Yeah, sometimes you just
can't
do it. Yeah,
you can do it, but if you have those tools and you have the perfect answer, and it's just about playing the Engine of Law correctly, just to make one decision different, and it changes from loss to win most of it.
Definitely. And now he's down to his last deck, which is a Paladin deck. That was Secret Paladin, if I remember correctly.
I believe so, yeah.
Versus the aggro Paladin. So how does that matchup look like, guys?
It's not that bad for the Secret Paladin, I would say. It all depends what if you get the... I believe he's playing 2 Cockhammers, right? MooDy.
I think so, yeah.
I don't
I think so.
Yeah.
So getting the Cockhammer's value with Taunters that have Divine Shield will be very valuable. So that's the MVP card that we will be looking for. Noble Sacrifice is, again, another awesome card that is only bad against the Argent Squires. Otherwise, it's pretty damn great. So... yeah, there's a lot of options. That's the Cockhammer. Secret Keeper is an awesome card too.
They both have like pretty decent openings actually.
Well, Secret Keeper seems awesome, but on the other hand, there are no secrets in the other deck. So it's gonna be just a one.
The thing
is,
Secret Keeper is good for the body. So I like xTracKyStyle's mulligan in keeping the Owl, because the Owl locks down Juggler, locks down Minibot to a certain, sort of 1-for-1s with a Minibot. So he kept that and the Lepinome, and then look at this opening hand. Like, this is pretty crazy.
Would you keep the Shredder on MooDy's side?
I don't think so. I think you need a 2-drop. You, at least with this deck, you need to go 1-for-1 every turn.
You have a dude in theory.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and it will trade with most, but like if you got a mini bot, then that's huge because it trades so well. I would lean towards throwing the shredder, although you are only missing a 2-drop.
Yeah, I
So-
would just mulligan away the shredder because you know it's all about
Early game.
early game. Yeah.
And the thing is, as you can see from like the Secret Paladin in other aggro matchups, they can't really heal. So if the Paladin's fast enough and then just draws into Leroy, how are you going to play around it?
But he got a really awesome start. If he loses this game, that means that he will be whiffing in the upcoming 5 turns from the top of the deck because the start is insanely good.
Yeah, exactly what you want to trade versus those minions on the opposing side.
And the weapon will buy you so much time. It's like 5 HP at like just immediately by having the taunt and the divine shield.
The thing is there, like, depending on how this looks, there is a chance that xTracKyStyLe might end up owling that. But even so, that's not like the best owl you want in this matchup. You want the owl either later on to stop, say, if the Sludge Belcher comes down, or there's every chance that he might go owl on the Secret Keeper or the Creeper as well, just to slow down and really battle for the board.
Definitely. Well, here you open with the Secret Keeper, so it makes a lot of sense. And then, what do you guys think overall about the aggressive Paladin hand? It looks definitely alright.
It looks okay. I would say it's looking really good too. But
Second Cookhammer, it can change things again.
wow. You just played a Hunted Creeper, kill the Divine Shield, and that's about it.
What's okay, what's your opinion on the second Coghammer, good or bad?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's
I
great.
was just checking because I was like, a lot of the time you see 2 Coghammer, you're like, oh, this is bad. In this matchup,
In this matchup,
no.
great.
No,
You
it's
don't care
awesome.
about the weapon that much, you want the effect.
You get Argent Squires with taunts.
Yeah.
When you have that kind of board, it's more than awesome.
And you
And the minions that are taunted are probably going to kill the minions that are attacking
Exactly.
them. Like,
And you have the weapon itself also to like
Yeah.
protect your board and get some damage in. If you are protecting yourself with those taunts with Divine Shields, you're not taking that much damage from the minions, so you're fine just killing Knife Jugglers and even dudes with this weapon to protect your board and just keep racing and advancing.
It's very important to also empty his hand as soon as possible.
Yeah.
So using the weapons, playing small
the
minions.
downside
awesome.
of Secret Paladin's actually going to come in as a good side on this one of not having card draw.
Not exactly agreeing with sacrificing the Secret Keeper here, because look at that. Because it can actually mean a lot in the future turns to still have that Secret Keeper up when it can be buffed, right? And your opponent will be like, maybe I should kill it.
Yeah, it's a tough one. So you would have just gone face? Because
With
if
the
you
Secret Keeper? No, I would just destroy the Divine Shield.
yeah, but then the 1/1 just kills the Secret Keeper
Yeah,
anyway.
that's
So
perfectly fine.
but then the Leper Gnome's pushing for more damage. Like,
But then you can play the Conkhammer and get the Divine Shield, kill the Leper Gnome, and still have the taunt and empty board.
Yeah.
Most likely, because you will use the Conkhammer to kill the minion that will be played from your opponent.
but what if there's a Coghammer from your opponent on the Leper Gnome and then
Then
things
I'll
just
be-
get crazy?
You can't really predict that. It's like,
Yeah,
Well, you can expect it. Just those double Coghammers are looking at you. It's like, hey, I'm a popular guy in this deck and in this match overall.
So this turn, I actually like Creeper into the 1/1, and then Coghammer, and then Coghammer onto the onto the 2/1.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think that's
This
the
is
only
really
play.
nice.
That's basically the only play
Yeah.
to do here.
I was just looking. I thought I'd say it, Nimsh. I'd
Yeah,
throw it out
yeah.
there.
Good point it out. Like attacking into a 1/1.
Okay, yeah, this saves some damage. That's fine.
That wasn't the only play. There was a
there
different
was
one.
2 plays.
You could also go face. No, this makes sense. You're taking less damage, and the 1/1 should be able to kill the 2/1. But there is a Knife Juggler. Does it change anything?
No, but you can Coghammer,
You
and
can
the 2/1
Coghammer.
survives as a taunt.
Yeah.
Tough though, because if you hit the juggle, you're feeling good.
Do you?
Oh no, this is better because Coghammer's down,
Yeah,
right?
this
So
is,
the juggle
this is
dies.
definitely
yeah,
better.
Yeah, I'm so used to just seeing the Mustafa battle. The light's just this weapon.
Yeah, also like there was only one juggle, so your Iron Big Owl would die.
Yep.
So this is definitely fine. And
that was
here,
the turn to drop the pile to Shredder.
Kill off the 2/1, drop the Shredder.
Yep.
I'm probably feeling pretty good about it actually for MooDy. He's not under any serious amount of pressure, and this board could look very, very different if he didn't have those early minions to
Yeah.
challenge.
and the late game is actually favoring MooDy overall as a Secret
Yeah.
Paladin because
As long as
the
he keeps his hand down. to not go into divine favor.
But you will eventually draw into Belcher, Lothar, Mistress Challenger, and you can always throw those cards away. Like Shredder now, because that's great. Next turn you can play maybe a second Kong Hammer and Iron Begal if you have a good target.
Yep.
For justice.
Yeah, so definitely fine for MooDy. What xTracKyStyLe has to find to get a better end of this game?
You can potentially get 2 juggles to try and hit the Shredder.
I don't think you just hit the Shredder, just go face every single time. You at the point when your opponent has already the tempo advantage. So attacking the Shredder, if that minion wouldn't have the fertile effect, sure, fine.
Yeah, but the
completely
minion
fine.
afterwards going to cause
But
issues anyway.
Yeah, it makes no sense to give your opponent more tempo plays next turn, right? So you just keep damage.
Keeper makes sense though. I agree with attacking to face to just add the pressure. Keeper is not really contested by the Shredder at the very moment.
I'm not exactly sure about the keeper. That's like a really tough question to answer right away. If it's okay to play the keeper of Wulduman.
It's like
on
free
your opponent's
damage right
minion.
now.
Because not exactly. It's not about this. It's about what if I just want to use it on my own minion because it gets. It's like the additional threat in your board, right?
Yeah.
And it gets like the situation on the board is getting out of control, and you probably will value your own buff. I mean the buff on your own minion than on opponent's debuff with like -1 attack.
Yeah, I suppose what can be a bit difficult is because he doesn't already have the board, he wouldn't get like the charge effect of the damage. So he would just build a bigger minion and hope it doesn't get cleared, right?
Yeah, but you build up the board with the minions you already have in hand. It's not that bad.
Yeah, but it's still a really good situation for MooDy. Like he got full value out of the first Cook Hammer, and now he's
Double Cog Hammer in
double
this
Cook Hammer.
matchup.
Yeah, and the silence was already used.
Second Palette Shredder. I mean, sorry, first Palette Shredder for xTracKyStyLe. I wasn't aware he's playing Palette Shredders in this deck.
Yeah, it's
Raven mentioned it before.
Yeah, the Shredders, although it's not like hyper face, it's a minion that sticks, so then your buffs become more reliable for like the Blessed Might, Blessed King, so on. So 2 Shredders are fine, but they're like pretty much those and the Keeper of Uldermans are like the only sort of straight up minions you just play. Everything else is normally super aggressive.
So do you just Blessing of Kings the 2/2, silence the Shredder, attack into the Shredder with the 6/6 minion, kill it easily, kill the Leopardon with the Shredder attack, and then go to face with the weapon, I guess? Because you're not taking any damage for this, and your Shredder is contested by the weapon, but it's still free damage. You get a minion, and then you still have a 6/6 on the board. I kind of like it. Like, you can obviously try killing Leopardon with the weapon, but I would be afraid of taking 4 more damage.
I think that's fine. You take 2 anyway.
I think this is the turn when you actually start damaging face. And you know your opponent's 6 damage to the face. Sorry, 11 damage to the face this turn, and you know that your opponent uses silence already.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good deal. And you're the aggressor now. You don't care about
And
your
still, he still has to hit through Shredder and the 6/6.
Yeah, so
and then Shredder's got to drop a minion.
So this was the turn to switch the gear.
But he would actually get more damage. If he would go with a Divine Shield to the face, and there will be still a Pilot Shredder on the board, which is a 4 attack minion, you just get another 4 to the face. Like, actually 6 with this even. So, like, if MooDy would be able to take control of this game and just stop the damage coming, and without cards in hand.
Oh, that was huge.
Wow, that was a good snipe.
Oh, that's also
just
huge.
in time.
And he can play the Comp Spirit.
Yep.
Pretty sick.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
So,
Race. You can kill the Juggler though.
I don't know whether you use the minion to kill the Juggler though.
Well, 6 damage to face, so you set up lethal for next turn, do you? Set up lethal? That will be...
It'd be 14, 16. 6 damage would take you to 16 if he doesn't clear, so... Maybe more actually, because you get a Noble Sacrifice as well if he doesn't kill it afterwards. So yeah, I mean, I guess you do.
6 to face and kill Juggler with the weapon, right?
The answer would have been really easy if he would just attack face last time.
Yeah. Very easy.
Yeah, but like, you cannot know that exactly. That you will actually get Mistress Challenger off the top, and you do not. It's really hard to assume what can happen from opposing side. Is there a Leroy? If it connects, what can happen there?
Well, now it's lost. Like, there's no way xTracKyStyLe can make a comeback from this position. Because it's...
Is he just dead next turn? There's
How much
9,
damage is
15, plus 2,
9.
17, 19.
Yeah.
Plus 3, 22. I think it takes like lethal, actually.
He's on 20 anyway.
Oh no, okay,
so
okay.
Well,
So one off?
yeah, that's one off.
Unless...
Well, we don't see the draw.
Yeah, there we go.
Nope.
Sure, there's not
Well, if it's one off,
Oh my
can
god,
xTracKyStyLe
oh my god.
actually return with
like,
this?
what are the odds on MooDy trading on this ball?
If there is a Leroy top deck, what happens? So xTracKyStyLe
Well,
has
he
what,
can trade an
6,
attack with the weapon.
7?
He's one off with Leroy.
Yeah.
So
Sorry.
you just go face, right?
Uh,
You play Shredder, so
3,
you can't Divine
6,
Favor,
7,
and you one off with Leroy.
7, 13. Yeah, yeah.
You just go face. You can't lose.
You can
Wha-
kill one minion and
Yeah.
go fades with this second one, but
But killing one does nothing as well because you're taking
Yeah.
the 1 damage next turn
so
anyway. Smog, please.
go face and that's it.
Quartermaster.
Oh.
Oh, xTracKyStyLe, don't help your opponent.
He could have traded into 2 1-1s and gave you
I
another
mean,
turn.
this is a valuable information on how your opponent plays. I wouldn't concede that. I want to see in that situation what my opponent is thinking. If
How
he's like-
safe does he play?
if he's like trading both minions, I can take advantage of that.
Yeah.
I can play the 5th game in a different way than I would do.
xTracKyStyle doesn't have time for games.
He's Sylvanas.
Yeah, he kind of.
Oh,
He's taking control over this game.
he's not dead yet,
He's-
though.
yeah, he's not dead yet. So yeah, he just concedes because he knows he has Shaman versus Paladin, and originally Shaman is very good versus Paladin. Ooh.
Oh, were we not doing that? Were you just getting the
No,
camera
I
shot? Oh,
was
sorry.
I was just getting
I thought
into
you were
the
just
crop.
moving closer to me, Lothar. I was
no,
getting,
no,
You
no.
felt like
getting
it's an
excited.
invitation.
Oh, wow. Wow. Feels bad.
But
Anyway, guys, what do you think about that matchup? Like xTracKyStyle is playing the Shaman with Elemental Distraction. It's
do we know if it's 1 or 2?
we've seen 1 only, so not sure if he's playing 2 or 1.
Yeah, I think we did only see the 1.
Yeah, well, but he can have 2, and you know.
Yeah.
Definitely.
He can have 2 in his deck.
Well, in this match, as Lothar mentioned, MooDy had an amazing opening, and he played it, let's say, good enough. He was able to go through it and win on the back of that Mystery Challenger. But if you would not get Mystery Challenger off the top, I think xTracKyStyle had a good chance to actually take that game anyway.
Well, yeah, and what's crazy is he even had he had a good opening. He had the double cog hammer. He had all the good tools early on, and yeah, it was still quite close, which is scary. Yeah.
But it was because MooDy wasn't aggressive enough.
Yeah.
This is the turn. Look, without the challenger yet, right?
Yeah.
And you're
You'd
starting
already
to
be on
build-
18.
You're building up the pressure, and your opponent is like, "Well, guess I might be dead next turn."
And there was still the Shredder taunted to go through.
Yep.
So, that still needed killing, and the weapon wasn't enough on its own. So it had to have been weapon or minion, a new card, or the juggler, or a juggle hit, of course.
But we were asking Nimsh about the matchup with the shaman,
Yeah.
and it's very draw dependent. It all depends if you get the clear. If you start with minions, do you have the burn in hand? Because sometimes you might just be playing a waiting game, and just wait till the opponent's paladin will just build up the board and then drop the bomb, which is the elemental storm. You finish it up with lever shock. You're like, yeah, okay, now it's my turn. Now I will play minions. I'll just burst you down with 25 damage from the hand.
Okay, if it's draw dependent, then Lothar predictions.
Cool.
Shaman or Paladin?
I would say shaman, because shaman has more tools.
Okay.
But if the paladin can curve out and get the core hammers, then it might go the paladin way. But I'm saying that shaman should have better matchup in this situation.
All right, Raven,
Yeah.
xTracKyStyle or
Yeah, I have to go for
What do you-
xTracKyStyle, just purely based on class. I think xTracKyStyle's like playing slightly better overall this whole set. But I've played a lot of Secret Paladin against a lot of Shaman, and you really need to God Draw to be able to survive that matchup, because sometimes it's just too quick. Like, all your minions are really good, but the Shaman stuff is just too fast. And then, like, how does Paladin deal with Totem Golem early enough? Like, it ends up doing like 6 damage, and then that's already too much.
You have no health. No heal in the deck,
Exactly.
and if a Doomhammer just pops on the 5th
Yeah,
turn and
there's
it's like,
nothing you
oh,
can do.
ooh.
I will agree with you guys.
Oh.
I think
Oh.
Shaman, and
Oh
not
my god.
even after seeing this hand, I agree Shaman.
Nimsh swings in after seeing the hands.
Whoa.
Like, convenient.
Come on, come on.
So it's suffice to say, TrackKyStyLe has good cards.
Yeah.
The Tunnel Trog Coin Feral Spirit is one of the best openings in the game.
He might do a slight misplay, I would say, by playing Tunnel Trog into Sir Finley.
Surely not. If the guys brought Shaman, like,
But yeah, but Tunnel Trog
It's
into Feral
not even
Spirit,
it's not even a misplay. Like if you get a steady shot, you can steady shot turn 2 and then go for a spirit.
it's not about that because it's
So
about
much
the
damage.
overload.
The
from
buff
Feral
and overload,
Spirit,
okay, you
because
just want to buff them.
play Tunnel Trog on 1,
Feral
Feral
Spirit
Spirit on
too.
2, you get 2 overload on turn 3, so you have 3 to play
And Finley on
Abusive
third.
Surgeon on
Yeah.
or Finley, and
Yeah.
you're like filling out the curve, you're building up the damage, it's like so much
It's
pressure.
basically the perfect opening, right?
and what does a Paladin do against two threes?
I will
Two
tell
of
you in a
them have
moment.
taunt.
I'll tell you in a moment. He does not play Tyrion,
Oh!
but Secret Keeper might be a card.
Secret Keeper
I-
is a good opener.
It's Coghammer is okay.
If
I just still don't know if it's
He needs
good
to
enough.
top deck a second Secret.
like Noble
Yeah,
Sacrifice,
yeah, yeah.
possibly.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, Noble Sacrifice turn 2. If Moody went is going far away, actually far enough. Like he was supposed to lose 0-3, but he
He was supposed
Nice,
to
nice
lose.
things to say.
I'm like he was really
Lineups,
afraid of those
lineups,
lineups.
yeah.
Yeah, this is all about the lineups. But he made it to 2-2, and he is standing 1 game away from taking the championships. But so is TrackKyStyLe. He is favored in this matchup. He has a better hand. Let's see who will be our champion.
Well, he has a decent opening hand. Secret Keeper and 1 competitive spirit. It's still okay. You have the Coghammer. You have some
Yeah,
means
if
to
he, like,
utilize the
If he
board.
then can continue drawing well after this, he definitely has what he needs to take this game. But if something like Mysterious Challenger comes out later, I mean, it comes out now and he can't play it till later, that's going to slow him down quite a lot.
Oh, actually, that was not that bad.
Yeah, Aaron Miguel can stop the Trog.
That's really not
I
that
would
bad.
still prefer a second secret though.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
The second secret would have been much better. I'm sure of that.
Those troll games where you really do not want to draw secrets, but there's one game in the final, a 2,000 difference in dollars if you get the
Actually,
secret.
4.
It's actually 4. Yeah, you're right. It doubles from 4,000 to 8,000. Wow.
So having 4,000 or not having 4,000 is 8,000 in general.
4,000.
That's like 8,000 difference.
It's not more than 9,000, but it's still impressive.
So here, if you go for Owl on the Trog, do you trade in or like attack with the Secret Keeper on the Trog to put it in Coghammer range next turn?
I don't think so.
Do you value 1 damage to face that much?
No, you probably value Secret Keeper because next turn you maybe actually will get the secret, or you just will go for a dude.
I wouldn't attack into that because the problem is, as Nimsh said, you don't want to lose the Secret Keeper. You have actually a valuable minion on board right now, which can help you getting the board control next in the upcoming turns.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Wait a minute, I silenced that Trog.
I'm kind of surprised.
Yeah,
by
he
that.
just had to kill the Secret Keeper, right?
Shapeshift.
Shapeshift again.
No.
Oh, life tap this time.
Well,
Well, life tap is a great hero power as well, just drawing more cards, especially because his hand doesn't look that great yet.
I mean, you're damaging yourself. That's not the point.
Well, this is a Secret Paladin.
I would value just the attack. The thing is, how do you deal with noble sacrifices?
With double sacrifice, you have 3 minions on board.
Yeah, well, you will not have those very soon. But then you have Doomhammer, and you want to go with the Roguebiter at some point. So you want to break those noble sacrifices as soon as possible, most likely with the help of your hero as a resource, instead of losing a minion that can possibly, in theory, deal more damage than your hero with the druid power anyway, right? And the game will end pretty damn fast in this matchup. So
Well, this is like still early turns, and if you don't really have much on turn 4, using life tap to get the Doomhammer that you mentioned get Lava Burst and other cards. Like, you want to deal as much damage early game versus Paladin with the minion, but then you need the burst because you know you're losing the board game at some point. Like, Paladin will overpower you with Divine Shield.
Oh my god, oh my god.
This was a pretty good Trog.
Oh my god.
Definitely
This is
a
like-
PogChamp moment.
Oh.
And there's still Lightning
this
Bolt
is
for removal
so
of anything that's going to come
painful.
down as well. And to gain more overload onto the Trog.
Oh my god, there is like... there's Consecration doesn't even deal with this.
He's not playing Consecration.
Yeah, he's not, but like even if he would...
Does he have to like keep her onto the Trog?
We need new cards for Paladin. I think we need like a Justice Distraction or something.
Yeah,
Hey, hey, there's that what is it? The Colosseum card?
Enter the Coliseum.
Enter the Coliseum. It's for 6 mana. It's like you
Look,
cannot
it's
use
like
it here.
Brawl, right?
But then the Trog will live. And
So-
it's like, uh-oh.
Oh wait.
Do you like... Okay, you will not be
What
able
a
to
mess.
play it next turn, but you can Elemental Distraction for damage, actually. To buff the Trog.
No, because everything will die, Nim.
Oh,
you
man.
crazy,
What?
crazy person.
Okay, it
He
deals
wants
damage...
to LE Destruction to buff the Trog so
Oh
the
man,
Trog
I forgot it
dies.
deals damage to your minions as well. Haven't played the
Okay,
card
That
if
would
yet.
be insane.
If that card would not damage your minions, I would play Shaman 3 times in last hero standing.
Oh, yeah, this is the actual play, because if he does it on any other minion, he gives the Shaman more damage, but he has
Well,
he can't Lightning Bolt, though.
but he can life tap now.
No, you life tap.
Yeah, Life Tap's fine.
Life tap and go face. You
Oh
don't care.
my god.
You are protected from any attacks.
Would
Yeah, but-
Shapeshift be better then? Probably. It's 1 damage.
Yeah, it's 1 damage.
Yeah.
That 1 damage might be more
Well,
important
I was
than-
going to say, no, I don't think this is terrible, because the problem is the 3/4 starts kills off both of your...
Yeah.
Or kills off one of your taunts.
But you're having blanks. If you play Lightning Bolt, then you can't play the Doomhammer next turn.
Yeah, but you can still
Doomhammer-
tap.
Look at the
No,
damage
no.
on both, though.
That doesn't matter. The Doomhammer adds 2 points of attack next turn, right? And 4 damage each turn. So you need to count the Doomhammer in the initial in the initial turn as a 6 damage card. And then you have 3 turns of 4 damage each turn. So that's 12 damage over course
And
of
potential
3
Rock
turns.
Biter as
So
well.
that's 20 damage from a single card that you can't play next turn just because you played a greedy play with a Lightning Bolt to kill a minion that decreases the attack of your board by 2, but you increase your board damage by 1.
Okay, you convinced me, Lothar.
Makes no sense.
You convinced me.
So, can you explain why he did that?
He's playing safe for no apparent reason when Lightning Bolt finishes up the game because your opponent is already at 21 and it's damage to the face.
That's smoke damage. Really good juggle, though, there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
he perfectly juggled that. Rainer would be so proud.
If you hit the second
the skill mode juggle came
if you hit
into
the
play.
second wolf, that would be really bad. Now,
Look, the juggle on the Trog would have been bad, so...
Yeah.
gosh. Oh.
And now we have to tap, and it's like, yeah, well, I just fucked
Lava
up a
Shock
turn.
the... Oh, Lava Shock is pretty good.
Yeah,
I think you want to kill the juggler, right? With Lava Shot?
Yeah,
Just cause.
Silence Avenge. If that's Avenge, no?
well, it does avenge, then you can just Elf Shock.
Yeah,
yeah,
Lava
exactly.
Shock.
That's
Yeah,
why.
yeah.
That's why.
I mean, probably the game is already lost for the Paladin, but
There is the Mistress Challenger. Can he still come back? on
But
that?
with
the
Doomhammer,
game,
it won't
with
matter.
Doomhammer or turn 5, the game would be like, yeah, okay, I'm done.
And the thing is as well, like, drawing this Earth Shock just makes Tyrion insignificant.
Yeah.
On every single... No, it does! It's just the most insignificant card ever now, because it just
Well,
does nothing.
Just a 6/6.
It
Yeah.
will most likely would be used on the... No, it makes no sense to use it on
No,
the
you don't care about health.
Challenger.
You
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
care about
yeah.
health. So, like, it literally is, like, he comes in with his legendary music and his shiny, you know, portrait.
With
It's
the
like...
trumpets.
Yeah, and
Can
it's
we-
just like 1 mana spell.
Can we call
Lol.
him Purion?
Yes, insignificant. That's what I'll call him. It's terrible. Oh my god, this Doomhammer is pretty crazy.
Who am I?
But MooDy got far enough, I guess, right?
Yeah, that word, the first word was okay.
He did his best.
Oh, my
well.
And see what I'm talking about? Now
All right,
that Rogue
Lothar,
Biter,
calm down.
that Rogue Biter would have,
Lethal.
yeah, actually it
Wait,
would have been
is
just
it isn't
end of
it
the game.
lethal here? Not yet.
No, he's too off.
Okay.
But it was close. Oh, I kind of want him to hold off for turn 8 just to Earthshock the Tyrion. just for the ultimate. Yeah, just be like,
and then
lol.
kill him with the Doomhammer.
And then Ellie Destruction, and then kill
Just
him.
be like xTracKyStyLe. I just want to relive this moment. This is my moment. I just want to be in it.
So okay, in all seriousness, I want Ellie Destruction this turn from the Shaman if there's no concede. I do. I just want to see Ellie, because I want to see the Trog buffed for just that split second and then just blow up. Oh my god, it'd be so good.
Oh.
Sludge Belcher.
Oh wait, the
Well,
most insignificant sludge
Yeah,
belcher.
it's still a good spider tank.
Yeah,
It is a taunt.
it's a bit better than Spider Tank's got 3-5.
Well, MooDy hopes he
Before.
still has a
No,
chance
before
though.
the edge shock.
That's
yeah.
why spider tank.
And now you've moved up closer again, Lothar. You're
Because
giving me mixed
Now
signals.
I'm making a space for the winner of the final. That's why I'm scooping
Ah,
up
okay.
and we're touching knees.
How does it feel?
Well, we have genies, so it's not it's not like bare knees.
Thank you for the description.
Yeah, we both have hairy knees too, probably. So it's kind of weird when you think about it.
Well,
I must move
xTracKyStyLe might be the one with the trophy though.
Yeah,
So I don't know like where you want to sit. Like you might want to sit near xTracKyStyLe.
We will need a translator. We have one though.
Yeah.
Stop asking.
So MooDy just takes his chances here and hopes that there is no Earthshock or nothing else, and he will be able to just finish the game quite quickly. But yep, there is an Earthshock,
Yeah.
and then goes
Ellie
his
Destruction!
final-
No BM.
No BM.
What a champion! No BM.
What a good guy.
Yeah, but they
They-
shake hands.
they
And
shake hands.
xTracKyStyLe is
Yeah.
our champion for PGL Tavern Tales Spring Edition. Gets the trophy. Congratulations to him. He brought an unstandard lineup. He climbed through the qualifier.
he took it.
Just took the
He's not
trophy.
waiting to be given that trophy. It's
This is his trophy.
Yep.
It's his trophy. He went through the qualifier, through the Swiss rounds, then just through the top 16 with those
Awesome.
aggressive decks.
Sit
That's
down, man.
Really impressive. Really impressive.
So, Nims, you're the host. Start.
First, xTracKyStyLe, congratulations. You're the champion.
Thank you very much.
How do you feel? Like I just well, this was an amazing final. It went super fast for you, and that you got really great draws with the Shaman deck as well. It had to feel great, right?
Am tras foarte bine cu Shaman în ultimul meci. Am avut Tunnel Trog, Coin, Feral Spirit. Am tras perfect.
He feels like he played excellent with the shaman and that his draws were just about perfect.
Yeah, I heard that was a Trog and a Spirit Wolf in one sentence, and that's fine.
Was there any hard moment for you during those matches overall?
În al doilea meci am avut câteva emoții, deoarece am văzut că joacă un deck pe care puteam să pierd cu orice deck al meu. Secret Paladin e foarte puternic în fața șamanului și în fața hunterului.
He was especially worried during the second round because he knows that Secret Paladin is a very strong deck against Shaman and Hunter.
And we are wondering, why would you really like when he was playing? You were playing Hunter versus Druid, and there was a patient assassin on board. You played Dr. Boom specifically into that patient assassin. Why was that?
E acolo cred că am greșit, trebuia să dau kill command face, cu o tură înainte să nu mai dau pe luate și tura viitoare aveam letală, dar să pun presiune pe el cu acel boom, dar din păcate a avut el letală cu dând Force of Nature și s-a jucat. Da, deci atunci am greșit foarte mult, deoarece trebuia să dau cu o tură înainte kill command pe luate și aveam letală tura viitoare, dar am zis să pun presiune pe el cu boom și am pierdut la combo.
So he feels that maybe that was a little misplay because he knows that he should have played Loafib.
Trebuia să dau kill command pe luate și aveam letală tura viitoare. Kill command.
Yeah, the kill
Yeah, he's
command.
saying that he should
Oh,
kill
yeah,
command phase instead of loaded.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
there was a kill command coming. Yeah, definitely. But
Just wanted to add that he does feel like it was a bit of a misplay, but he wanted to add pressure by using Dr. Boom.
okay. It makes sense. So, guys, any more questions about the matches for xTracKyStyLe?
From me, it was just an exciting tournament to cast, and the final feeling like a final actually, because we sometimes miss that excitement during the matches. So congrats to you again, and you're the first spring champion. I
Yeah,
wanted to say
Tavern
first
Tales
Tavern
spring
Tales, but this is the first spring Tavern Tales.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So
Exactly in the offices of PGL. So the first champion for the PGL offices for sure. And is there anyone you would like to thank?
Am avut foarte mari emoții la acest turneu, a fost primul pentru mine și a fost primul când am fost filmat și emoțiile sunt mari.
Okay, he says that this was his first big tournament and he was really, really nervous. But cui vrea să-i mulțumești?
Aș vrea să-i mulțumesc prietenilor mei, colegilor din echipă, deoarece m-au ajutat să fac deck-urile și cam atât.
He wants to thank his friends for all their support and his teammates for their help in preparing his decks.
All right,
Okay.
perfect. Raven, any questions?
No, just one really. How important did you think your different lineup was in terms of progressing this far and taking the whole tournament? Because you brought very different decks to everyone else.
Am schimbat un singur deck, parcă cu 2 meciuri înainte, luând Hunter în loc de Renolog, deoarece am aflat că oponentul meu joacă Freeze Mage.
So I think he thinks that his most important change was the fact that he brought a hunter because of the freeze mage, which belonged to Anish, right? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, that was really impressive to see a different lineup that really plowed through players, and you were able to take most of the top 16. You actually took 3-0, 3-0. Then versus Gianni, the score was it 3-2 or was it 3-1?
It was 3-2 or 3-1. Okay, 3-1.
3-1, 3-1, and then 3-2 in the final. So it got harder towards the final, but you were able to take it in the end. And that Shaman versus Paladin looked really convincing on your side as well. So congratulations, you're our champion. What does it mean for you to win here in Romania as a Romanian yourself?
Da, în România nu prea sunt cunoscut. Era mai cunoscut MooDy, jucătorii din XPC, din Nexus. Nu prea am participat la foarte multe turnee și poate prin acesta mă fac cunoscut.
So he knows that he came into this tournament as a well-known, as an unknown, pretty much, and he knows that there are other great players and more popular players like MooDy, and they're the boys from XPC Gaming. But ultimately, he thinks that this tournament will help him grow his name and also his popularity on the local scene. And why not? This is my own personal addition on the international scene as well.
Yeah, so the final question would be, do you plan to continue playing as a professional player? Will you go to DreamHacks as well?
Da, probabil o să vin și la DreamHack, deoarece acum poate o să am căpătat ceva experiență și de ce nu poate o să fac și acolo o surpriză.
So he thinks that he's gained enough experience and he's looking forward to competing in DreamHack, and why not maybe cause a couple of surprises there also.
Perfect. We're looking forward to
good.
casting more of your matches.
Yep.
All right. So
Yep.
from our side, that will be it. Guys, that was the final. We have our finalist, xTracKyStyLe is the champion. This was a really long tournament, but we had a lot of fun, a lot of exciting matches, exciting decks, and with all those pro players here and PGL team, we had a lot of fun. So hopefully you guys had fun as well in front of the TVs. Guys, Lothar,
Yeah, just continue, please.
your turn. I just wanted to ask you, what are your feelings after the tournament? Any final words?
I'm always super happy to cast PGL events. They're always fun, always bringing something new to the table, because every single event that I was in Bucharest was an improvement to the previous one, and they're kind of like a pioneer in the tournament scene, so it's just awesome to be here again.
Raven?
Yeah, and sort of echoing what you've said, but this is my first time here, which has been awesome for me. I'm really happy to be invited. And just cool, like it kind of did everything right in terms of the Swiss, the online qualifications that are open, the Swiss into the stages. All the players loved getting to meet all the players is always fun. And obviously casting with you guys as well, so always a pleasure.
Absolutely. It was great. We had some players casting with us as well, and it was great fun. So in the future, obviously, if there are more players interested in casting, would like to have them with us. But, well, everything good. Excuse me? Everything good has to end at some point. And after those 3 games, 3 days of exciting games, we will finish and take a break. No more players to prepare. No more Hearthstone for you today. If you're interested in more Hearthstone, I would like to invite you to my YouTube channel. There is a very interesting video about Nut Bagel that I released on Friday, so we can check that out. But other than that, that will be it from us here today. From PGL, from Lothar, Raven, xTracKyStyLe, from Diana, and all the pro players gathered, the PGL team. Thank you so much for watching, and see you guys next time. Have a good night.